Shout out to the VIP. This is London. We're going to go through some technicals on Bitcoin. Currently 29,221. We had a rough day in equities. Guys, the Dow was down at some point, I think, over 800 points. It was a rough day in equities. Bitcoin maintained relatively well in line with the NASDAQ. If you guys were watching the NASDAQ, etc. Let me go ahead and alert all the VIP in the back rooms. Our DM, if you guys are not VIP yet, you need to join. It is the top trade group around. We are slamming trades. Look at this. 103%. That is belonging to Anthony. My man, what's up? 75%. Shout out to Jubal. Jubal, nice trade there. Multiple trades. 110%, guys. 281%. We could go down the list. I'm keeping those for the VIP. We spoke this morning. I let you guys know in terms of a specific fan reversal. That was the topic, essentially, guys. You guys know the fan reversal was that specific first video, maybe the second video that I cut, okay? Now, we're going to talk about the descending triangulation. I know that you all must just be watching this descending triangulation. Like, are we really going to beat this descending triangulation? It's a big deal. I'm going to bring up for context the preceding descending triangulation. This is the 4-hourly chart. Just pay attention, please. The 4-hourly chart, we precedingly had the descending line of resistance. You know that. We had this flat bottom support. We capitulated, right? Right now we have this descending line of resistance. We have this flat bottom support. We have capitulated, okay? So to the extent that we have just been shown a literal carbon copy of a massive fake out for the shorts, right? Okay, shorts paid a price here. Boom, with a kick back up. This is why, to tell you the truth, in terms of this repeat, potential for the pattern to repeat, why I am at least initially focused on a reversal in this zone. Is there a potential for a downside move? Without a doubt. Would I be interested in shorting it? Am I? Yes, absolutely. But to the extent that we're looking at just a repeat here of, guys, it's the same pattern. It is the same on the 4-hourly. You can't get past this. Descending level of resistance. The buyers on the flat bottom of support, right? The specific descending level of resistance and the buyers on the flat bottom support. It's just the repeat, guys. It is a descending triangulation. Now, they're typically supposed to break down. Bitcoin handles them relatively well. I'll tell you that. Handles them relatively well. I did give kind of a red alert to VIP. I did in the back, saying that this could move to the downside. Measuring this to the downside just to take a look at essentially the price action we could be looking at to the downside. And this is, I'm going to say, could be looking at. Okay, could. I don't want to throw it all into hypotheticals, but I mean, looking at an 8% move to the downside is significant. Okay, so looking within the scope of losing, we're looking at a price of 26,765. That's a pretty big move, guys. That's a pretty big move. I just have to remind you of one thing. In the last, look at this, guys. In the last nearly month, we haven't been that low. Okay, so in terms of that degree of a move, it's just we have not been that low. Hello, we have Viva. What is up, Viva? We have, I believe that is Venus. What's up, Venus? What's going on? You correct me if I'm wrong, Venus. I believe that's Venus. What's up? Shout out to Venus in the chat. Venus, are you still on cruise? I know that she's having a VIP time. What is up, Venus? Let me put Venus question mark. I believe that is you, Venus. And we're excited to have you in VIP. And guys, she is going to be a trader. I'm going to tell you, she can trade, just so that you guys know. She was talking to me in the very beginning. She's like, so we're not going to be doing any kind of futures or leverage on gold or any commodities. Or I'm like, okay, I'll hear this out. What other questions do you have? So very excited to have her background. I think she has a good approach in crypto as well, a good level of success. So let's look at what we discussed. We just went through, and thanks for the shout out. Very nice. Appreciate that level of interaction. So let's dig in. You got me a little distracted, Venus. No problem, though. Venus just VIP. Hi, London. Yes, it's Venus, and you're back. Good. What is up? You're back from the cruise. Beautiful pictures from that boat. Very, very nice. Very nice. In terms of that, I appreciate you sharing that with us. And so I'm just going to put in here, let's go. Boom. Bam. Okay. There we go. So in terms of that, nice to have you back, Venus. Welcome back. You joined about the same time as Marge. And yeah, what's up? What's up? So looking at the flat bottom support, a recovery would be nice. We could discuss one thing that I did bring up briefly in the stream last night. In terms of this top level resistance, okay, bringing down a parallel channel function. If we bring this down, I stated I wanted to see a hit. I'm not sure which time frame it was. You guys will recall who were watching. Copy that. Copy that, guys. Looking at this specific framework, bringing this down on the 4 hourly from this top line resistance down, and that looks pink. I don't like pink on my charts that much, guys. I'm not into it. I don't know why. Level of resistance, I bring that down, boom, to this bottom level on the 4 hourly. We have set this channel. Okay, that was the hit that I wanted. So I'm satisfied. I'm happy with this degree of channel framework that we put together. Now, it's going to be we're going to have a differentiation on the 1 hourly, just to let you know. If I redraw this channel formation, a lot of times we will bring down a level of resistance to support, etc. Understand on that hourly, we have a bit more volatility along this top level here on that hourly. So we're going to have a different level of support along the bottom. On the 4 hourly, looks like we have come into contact with we could go from the candles to the lines, etc. It's just we're within that threshold. Let's just say we're within that threshold with differentiation along that specific 1 hourly chart. So digging into this, the fan is the most immediate factor underneath, which is a reversal pattern, which is exactly what we did on this specific preceding descending triangulation. We reverse, boom, back to the upside, surprise the shorts. So that's what we're focused on right now. BTC has just done that for us. Freddie in the house, my man Freddie, what's up? What's up, Freddie? Hope you're doing well. And I want to shout out to all of the VIP. Hope you guys are having a great weekend. And there we go. Pathfinder, hope you're doing well. Jubal, I hope you're doing great, brother. Jubal, you told me you were going to update something on your cell phone or your desktop or something like that, and I let VIP know that you were in the process of doing that. So please get to that so we can get you back in the back ASAP. And what else we got? Just shout out to everybody. Hope you guys are doing well. Just chatted with AJ Crypto. AJ Crypto in the house. What's up? I'm planning on chatting also with who do I chat with tomorrow? It's going to be I got to chat with somebody tomorrow. Bill in the house. What's up, Bill? It's going to be fun. So if you're not a member of a trade group, it's time to join VIP, guys. We're killing it. We're having a good time. Anthony, man, you're just going to keep killing it, brother. I can't wait to see the big stuff start rolling through at some point. I'm just going to say that as the year progresses, and it's nice to see you focused on Bitcoin. Number one thing I'm excited about, you're focused on Bitcoin. Seeing that bottom level pick up on this channel formation is important as we carry that concept down. You'll see this, boom, and very nicely, just on par, right? That 4 hourly channel formation. That's what I wanted to see, okay? I didn't really designate time frame. I think we were on the hourly, to tell you the truth. So that hourly has the differentiation from the 4 hourly. We met that 4 hourly. Now this is here's the fly in the ointment, okay? The fly in the ointment. Let me go ahead and I want to draw in. And Freddie, we hope you're trading, brother. Hope you're trading. That's a big deal. I know you were excited about that earlier today. It's been a little bit choppy. Understand, guys, today was one of the worst day in equities of the year / for a while, right? It was an awful day in equities. And I'll just tell you, guys, as much as you like to trade, as much as you're going to be King Kong, when you decide to be King Kong, I want you to understand one thing. Please understand this, and I mean this. When the market's suffering hugely, okay, when the market is hugely suffering on a day like today, literally the Dow's down like 800 points, there is kind of this stigma, okay? There's this kind of, I don't know if it's an unspoken, guys, rule, whatever you want to call it. There's a dynamic in the market that somehow the guys who are killing the market and beating the market, they're not just running down the streets with their hands held high like Rocky and yes, or NBA champs, yes. When the market is behaving, the equities are behaving as just atrociously as they are, or as greatly as they are, right? This big price action, right? Down 800 points on the Dow. And always with crypto, I want this reinforced. With crypto, I have done some research. I found literally that different YouTubers are talking about the S&P 500. I'm like, what in the heck does the S&P 500 have to do with anything? Honestly, guys, the S&P 500 has nothing to do with crypto. It has nothing to do with technology. NASDAQ is the technology sector. I've heard channels that host thousands of people on their live streams and content. And they know everything and all this. I'm like, what are you doing? You're talking about the S&P, right? Multiple channels talking about the S&P. Well, the S&P is going to be. I'm like, they're not from the U.S. People in the U.S. know the NASDAQ, right? The NASDAQ is like the technology sector, okay? So Bitcoin likes to correlate with the NASDAQ. Please pay attention to that when you're watching other channels and they're telling you about the S&P 500, and I'm going to tell you the S&P 500 tomorrow is, excuse me, dude, like the S&P 500 has zero to do with technology, right? Period. That's just it. We know this. We know this here. So pay attention to that, please. That's just some VIP know-how screaming at you. So descending triangulation. Shout out to all the VIP. Hope you guys are doing well. I know you know the difference between the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ. So I talk about the Dow because the Dow is the big dog. That's what you talk about the Dow. The Dow is the big daddy of them all, right? It's we don't have to get into all the details. So in terms of the potential for the reversal, we're looking for the repeat of this move here. That's what I'm looking for. And in the context of, just to reframe if you're just tuning in, and shout out to Venus, shout out to Freddie in the house. Appreciate you guys shouting out. And also shouted out earlier on to Jubal. Hope you get that setting fixed, brother. Quickly, please. Get that setting fixed, because we miss you in the back already. Bringing down this level of top line resistance to support parallel channel. You guys got that, right? Boom. Would love to see this pick up. Bam, and operate kind of as a it seems too good to be true. If we could get this to operate somewhat like a bull flag, we have a habit of doing this. I'm going to tell you, we have a habit of doing this. This would not be the first. I'd say it's a stodgy flag that we have invited the bulls to consider right now. It just is. That's what we're looking at. Now, you'll take a look at this one and you'll be like, come on, man. That's a stodgy and a half flag, right? Let's look at the preceding zone. Take a look at this. In the preceding zone, you guys know the big bear flag that we formed after the weekly symmetrical triangulation. This specific function in here, I know it didn't seem like it. I know that nobody was really looking for this to be any kind of a real flag formation, but this was the thing that actually caught my attention. And shout out to Angel. Yeah, Angel will comment on this, and I had commented this to him, and I told him Bitcoin, like right now, looks almost like a nightmare. And I just told him that, never really told him why. I just told him that and expressed that to him in terms of the stodginess of the potential bull flag that we had formulated. This is the 4-hourly. We could change time frames, etc. But a move to the upside and a channel formation to the downside. Roughly patched in, right? But you just see the restriction is there's no move to the upside, right? We need more of a move to the upside. And we had other patterns ongoing here, but this is when I alerted Angel. I'm like, this thing looks like a nightmare, right? Because there is no, and you guys, you'll have to admit, if we had this strong move to the upside here, right, it completely changes your viewpoint. Right now, hey, everybody want to trade that one, right? Without a doubt, we want to trade that, right? So within the context of this preceding move here, this is when I told Angel, and shout out to Angel, number one contributor, $50,000 in terms of overall contributions throughout those the past time that he was really active. Not sure what he's up to these days. Hopefully the market has not been too brutal on him. We really hope that, Angel, out of all honesty, all sincerity. We lost track of you, and we're a little worried about how things are in the market. To tell you the truth, we hope you're doing well, you and your family. In terms of this move, we lost track of you, I think, before, really. It seems like the market may have been hammering. So this move to the upside, downward sloping channel, preceding zone here. And always, guys, stay plugged in. What's the mantra, VIP? Never overexposed. Real easy stuff, guys. Never overexposed in any higher price at any specific trade ever. That's it. It doesn't change because, well, someone's got $1 million position. It's all the more important if someone has $1 million position. Never to be overexposed in any specific trade. That's the VIP way to be, guys. It's the VIP way to be. You gotta stick to those guns, guys. So move to the upside, real stodgy. You see a real fat channel formation. Now, I bring that up in the context of, yeah, we could see a repeat of that. We don't like it in terms of a move to the upside, downward sloping channel here, right? We don't like this. In terms of, like, we would be excited to see something, and again, guys, just pay attention to what we're talking about here in terms of kind of the fractal. You'll see the micro, a lot of patterns going on in this top formation, but this was when I notified, at least Angel, I told him, I was like, this Bitcoin is starting to look like a nightmare, quote unquote, and you can check with him. Indeed, boom, right? That was a big move if you were overexposed, without a doubt. So the question with this smaller move here, we have a small move to the upside. Again, the stodgy, we have no flagpole to repeat. We have no run up to repeat. Boom. Just real simply put, bam, to the upside. No There's no excitement. Again, this would have been nice. Boom, something to look like this. Bam, with the repeat of that specific move to the upside. Boom, right? That's what we're looking for. So within the context of what we're looking at right now, there is one saving grace, and we'll talk about that. And in terms of this specific move to the upside, downward sloping channel, what we're going to get into is the following. If we can maintain price, let's say, back to level of resistance, that would be ideal. It's going to require, and I'll finish this thought with the distinguishing feature here, okay? That yes, we have the descending triangulation. Okay, yes, we have that descending triangulation. That is that's first and foremost problem number. I'm going to say that is the problem. That's the fly in the ointment. Okay, now with the I'm going to say this with the save factor being the following. The save factor being that we still don't quite have a swing low here yet. We're still at a higher high technically. Okay, so I don't want to grasp at straws. I want you to understand the concept here that if we do have this channel formation here, right, it could still, I'm still going to stay bullish on this, guys. It's partially just me. I want to present this to you so that if we can complete this move to the upside somehow, guys, somehow if we can, I want you to be at least registered mentally for the bullish scenario here. Scenario, but flat top resistance, and we're pushing on and through this. We know we are. To the extent, though, that we still have a higher low. We're just grasping onto it, guys. So this move has pushed this issue, and you guys know this. It's pushed it to like code red. All right, we're on code red. Bottom line, in terms of this flat bottom support, we're trying to maintain an ascending line of support, but the buyers are being it's like chased away with broomsticks, right? There's something wrong with equities and everything else. Like, what happened to all the buyers? They're just being chased away with broomsticks. No big deal. We're fine. Let's trade. We're fine because we do trade. And we can laugh at something like that, guys. When the buyers fail, it's like, well, bam, maybe we'll get a short tomorrow, right? And in the context, let's look at that pickup. So that's that in context, okay? In terms of a recovery back into descending triangulation, Bitcoin has been resilient. You guys know this. We've had days with Bitcoin really being resilient against the equities. It's been impressive at times, right? We've seen Bitcoin perform relatively strongly, particularly in regards to our targets. Yes, indeed. In regards to our targets, Bitcoin has performed incredibly well. So it's just been you've had the run of the market, guys. You've had the run of the market. Literally, this has been a quite a run in terms of those specific guys. The technicals have been the technicals, and we've got it through that many targets. I'm very, very impressed. So to look at the formation here that we started the day with, let's just review very quickly. We had this fan formation. Okay, we had the fan formation. This technically would be the last line. This would be, we need 3 lines. I let you know all the time, and please pay attention to the fan. This is a reversal pattern. It's also coupled right now with a bear flag. Very important moment for Bitcoin, okay? So looking at let's get the brush out. I let you guys know, anytime you see something like this, right? Anytime you see something like this, I want you to pay attention to it. Essentially what it is we're looking for, if I go to down to the 1 minute, I think you'll see it better. But anytime you see something like this, that may be a little bit too simplistic just to say something like this, a wave, an undulation, double or triple cut down. What it is a level. It's an opportunity for a level of resistance. It's an opportunity to give bulls a target, at least in terms of trading, and something to beat, bam, to the upside. You see, anytime you see this wave formation, right, carving, and we're getting into a level where we're establishing a level of resistance, giving bulls the opportunity, boom, to at least beat this level of resistance, right? That's ideal. So I always tell you to pay attention to those specific formations anytime you see this. And by this, I'm referring to this white drawing I have here on the left, right? And as you guys study New York Institute of Finance, you'll see this, right? This undulation here. Now, what would have been ideal? I'm going to let you guys know what would have been ideal is the following. This would have been typical, right? And I did let you guys know in that video this morning that it can be a difficult pickup between line 1 and line 2, right? I let you guys know that this morning in that video. Make sure you listen to the details. I'll sometimes cut, just to let you guys know, I'll cut at times to an invitation for people to join VIP, etc. amidst the technicals, okay? Just make sure you listen to those videos. If I cut it for 5 or 6 minutes, if there's 30 seconds inviting people to be a part of our group, make sure you listen to the rest of the technicals, because I let you guys know that there would be many times in a fan a better opportunity to enter than in this zone in here, this specific zone, which is between line 1 and 2. This becomes a nice area to enter and to consider, boom, the move back to the upside. That's the strongest element that I'm going to say exists on the fan, is when you get the note. You'll get the sentiment, guys. You'll get the in some ways you'll start to get the momentum down, right? You'll start to get as you see the buyers come into the mix on this first line, boom, push it up. It's nice, huh? Now, we wouldn't have minded this, right? But we needed, bam, something to really push up. You see that? We need to be able to gauge this line 1. Then something like this would, essentially turn into like a line 2 across the top. But we have a better measure expectation that the buyers are really coming through on this, right? So instead, and just always guard yourself after this first level up, boom, you may get, I'll tell you, you'll learn how to trade these. And as you do, you guys will, I think, become more profitable at them. But this is a nice move here. Boom. Jackie Chan hands, right? Because it's supposed to come back down, right? It's supposed to come back down. Would have been better if we came back down even quicker into this zone and carved a bit on prior resistance, turned into support. Boom. Then cutting through this from the contact point to the contact point, right? Prior resistance, meaning what price cannot get up above. What price cannot get up above? You guys got that. So to the context therein, we could have just a standard look at a fan. We could have gone down, boom, further down, carved in on this prior resistance to support, confirmed that, then bam, this is what we'd like to see, right? Then this prior resistance line here confirmed as support. We start getting really interested here, right? Then boom, that's when we really start seeing some positive trades on the fans. This has been this has languished a bit. You guys know it has dropped down further than what it has needed to drop down to. It had the original lines here in terms of the completion. Let me see. Boom, boom, boom. Checked my phone with a live stream notification. Doge86 dropped by to say what up. What's up, Pathfinder? My man, what's up? Good to see you, Pathfinder. The man, the technical, he's awesome, guys. We love Pathfinder. He's VIP. Pathfinder, we got a shout out to Jubal too. Don't know where Jubal is. I think he told me he had a security issue on his phone or his desktop. We're trying to get that fixed. I needed him to get back in touch with me, but we're going to miss Jubal until he gets back in the VIP. And I just let everybody know that Jubal needs to fix his security issue. Security is number one, but Pathfinder is in the house. We're excited to have Pathfinder, the Doge. What's up, Pathfinder? We all guys, a lot of guys made a lot of money on Doge, and a lot of guys like trading Doge. We are sold out to Bitcoin. I got to tell you guys, after this deluge, I still support Doge without a doubt. It's the only altcoin, hear me out, I'm going to say it, it's the only altcoin that has an excuse to be down 90% right now. In my opinion, it's just, it is what it is. So, not that I'm putting no one's taking a, it ain't 401k transfer to Doge time. We're not like that, guys. We're not moon boys. We're not any of that. It's consistent with the Elon approach too. Whatever he can do to build rockets to go to Mars, if he's got something going on. So, shout out to Pathfinder. And again, what was interesting about today's action, guys, I mean, imperfect day, 800 down on the Dow, okay? And I'm not talking about the NASDAQ right now. NASDAQ is the most correlated, period, guys. We should be correlated with the NASDAQ. But so when people talk about, well, the S&P tomorrow is going to do this and that, who cares? No one cares about the S&P. If the other stations could hear us right now, please. No one cares about the S&P. No one, period. Right? You don't even want to correlate with the Dow, period. You want to correlate with the NASDAQ. That's where all the U.S. technology stocks are located. Bitcoin is a technology-oriented, asset. So we normally cover we normally cover just the details on the NASDAQ. You guys saw this, huh? That was interesting in terms of the NASDAQ. Oh boy, what did the VIP have ahead of time? Let's check this out. Yo, this was nice. This was very nice for VIP. Just to cover this, what we had in the back, expressing this sentiment in the back without a doubt, right? What were we in? A rising wedge. Boom. You see how they are quote unquote generally bearish. This is the hourly chart. I would say that's generally bearish, right? We were looking at the potential for a pickup in this wedge formation. Boom. Look at that. Just beautifully well done. Down 6% in like 4 days. I want to show you one thing on the reversal feature, though. We covered this in the back. Let's review this very quickly, right? I'll try and do this appropriately here. Looking at the fan reversal attempt that we had on the NASDAQ, this was interesting. This was nice. Taking a look, don't you see how buyers turning prior resistance, okay, you have to have a seat of the fan. It is it's your lockdown point for the fan, okay? Your seat. Level of resistance, hit 1, hit 2, can't get up and over it, boom, but you do. Watch this on the candle wicks, boom. If I move this up on the candle wicks, you're fine. Resistance, boom, to support. Getting up and over each of these levels, confirming as support from resistance, boom, to support, resistance, boom, to support. And this was a nice micro move by the NASDAQ in terms of an attempt for a reversal. And now this is the question you'll get into in terms of fans as well. It's like, oh, is it a complete reversal? We just want to traject to the upside. Boom. Let's go. Everyone wants to do that, right? But you run into a threshold resistance here, right? You ran into the bulls gave it all that they could in terms of a reversal. But this was a nice pattern after doing the video this morning for VIP in terms of a fan reversal. This is much more typical. This is much more standard. So when you say, like, who's trading these, I just want you to know that's a nice fan reversal. You guys can look at Murphy, you can look at New York Institute of Finance, right? Our materials that we focus on. This is Bitcoin, right? This is a little bit more, we had that same original, this hit into resistance, can't get up and above this, but boom, look how far down we came, right? Look how far down we came here. And so when I'm talking about the ideal situation being right within the threshold of we would have liked to have gotten up through here, then up through here, then up through here, boom, right? We would have liked to have done something like that. The NASDAQ is literally just that picture perfect fan that we would have liked to have seen operate for Bitcoin, right? And with a further follow through to the upside. But this is a great example as well on the NASDAQ on that 1 hourly in terms of just the level of variety that you'll get in terms of I'd say the features of the fan, of any of your pattern formations. The fan particularly is one that can digress, right? You'll have big digression. Short o'clock for BTC. Let's see what it wants to do next. Yeah, it was short o'clock last night. Very interesting. I had let the VIP know that I said something along the lines of you'd have to be crazy. I don't know how I said it, but I think, guys, I said you'd have to be crazy to go long the market before the inflation report, period. Bottom line. You guys know that. Just the truth, right? I mean, we just know, everybody knows inflation is bad. I don't know if some of you guys like Pathfinder, et cetera, but you may not be here in the United States. It's bad, guys. It is bad. All right. It's becoming costly. I'll just say that overall. The extent to which, if you put premium gas in your vehicle, I have a Range Rover. I put premium gas in it. I can spend like $150. This may be normal overseas, but I maybe not. I can spend like $150 plus a week on, like, every 4 or 5 days on premium gas for my car. So just $600 to $800 a month on just premium gas. It is what it is, and I don't know, maybe that's normal, but it's just that used to be a lot lower around in the U.S. So things are dramatically, seems like things are dramatically more expensive, but some of us are noticing, and we'd like Bitcoin to become dramatically more expensive. How about that? So if we could choose, like, why isn't Bitcoin price inflating? We could work on that. So, but policy considerations, et cetera, is going to be difficult. There's some big-time talk coming out right now because it just seems like not enough has been done that's spooking the markets, okay, in terms of interest rates, etc. The markets are trying to digest what that means. There may be a lot more in terms of movement by the Fed, etc. So, again, not an ideal reversal, and that's coupled by the fact that we are currently, and guys, how many bear flags have we dealt with? How many bear flags have we dealt with, guys? Looking at this specific bear flag, you guys remember this zone in here? This was a hot zone. Let's look at this and parallel channel. Boom, up into this zone. You guys remember this? Right there was so much activity in this preceding zone here. You guys know this with fake out city to the downside. Bears were prepared. That's a leader tank. Yeah, that's I'm not sure. It is just the prices overall. Everything's gone ballistic around here. I'm sure it has worldwide as well. Looking at this move to the downside, and this was an interesting moment here. Bear flag indicated, along with some other features, right? The smaller time frames, we had that bear flag prepped, ready to go to the downside. She pushed. We held support, right? Then in this zone, if you guys will remember, let's dig into one more zone where we had a bear flag feature, just because we've had a few of them that have been, I'd say that have been money makers, right? That have really dropped out well. This was another preceding bear flag. Take a look at this one. In this zone, right? What we did have was we had this carving upward channel. You guys know that carving upward channel, then ba-boom, right? Set, target. Beautiful target to recapture. Remember, the further we get away from the target, the better off we are. Absolutely, guys. So we've seen this bear flag formation in this zone preceding. This was a real nice channel formation. I think we had 7 waves. 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, it depends upon if you're on the candle wicks or not. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, up to 9, guys, waves. If you count the middle sector around a standard deviation on the regression trend, you could. But looking at this was 2 days and 12 hours. The follow-up was along the top. This surprised in terms of move to the upside. We remained bullish. We had upside targets. You guys will recall that. But looking at this upside feature here after that bear flag, what we're doing is putting this into context with the current price. Please pay attention, and you guys smash that like button. I'd appreciate that as well. Shout out to all the VIP or top level of membership, and I want to just shout out to this 100% trade tonight. Boom, 75%. Shout out you, Ball. What's up? 108, 110% short this morning. That was Anthony. What's up? That's our VIP trading in the back. Ba-boom. So this specific upward channel, I'm paying attention to that upward channel because right now we had this upward channel. We had this specific upward channel. This one, boom, to the downside. This reacted well to the upside. You guys know that very well. We're in an upward channel right now. To hold on to the reversal concept amidst a bear flag formation is as bullish as you can get, right? I don't want to be overly optimistic on this. I do want to present the facts as they are. Essentially, we are in a bear flag. We have moved to the downside, upward, right? An upward sloping channel formation. Flipping this, everybody starts to get seriously excited about this. Inverting this, let's get the pocketbook ready, right? You guys know that. You literally see this and you start to think about, let's trade. Your mind goes directly to executing trades on the breakout, boom, to the upside, right? Without a doubt, guys. So in terms of that bull flag feature, that bear flag feature is indeed there. Let's look at the, let's go to the Fibonacci's real quickly because we have been off of that 38.2, significantly off of the 38.2, measured from the low to the high. Let's go ahead and dig into that. I hope you guys are having a good start to your weekend. What's up? We got another VIP weekend. They have been working out well. You guys know that. We will, for the record, also cover this line of resistance here. This is on the macro. Okay, on that macro, we are, guys, we're on, essentially, if we push laterally, even if we push sideways, we're going to be on some sort of a collision course with this external line of quote-unquote resistance. Now, when things are not part of a pattern, I'll just tell you this. The more that things are not really part of a pattern per se, the more that this becomes an intangible, or I'd say just a point of reference. We're still referencing this, but without, we could put this into the context of the entirety of, and why don't we do that real quickly? In terms of the entirety of, let's say, the daily, if we were to go to the daily, right, we have a microstructure within the entirety of this falling wedge macro, right? Let's look at that. Right, so it's not like we're breaking out of the macro. That's why I'm a little hesitant to talk about that level of resistance that we're coming into like it's a heat seeker missile, right? It's coming, right? No, this is an internal structure here, right, that we're looking at. And in terms of the, let me go ahead and do that. I had to hit the chat real quickly. Level of support, level of resistance. You see the formation here is crucially important to understand, and please wrap your mind around this, that we do have this larger framework in terms of the technicals to approach without just relying on this internal framework that is to potentially get a bit overexcited about. Yes, it is a line of resistance. We're prepared to deal with that, but as we would just push laterally, there's, I don't want people to don't get too heavy-handed in terms of your trade. I don't want you to get too heavy-handed, right, and say, well, there's a big breakout incoming. The big breakout incoming, we're going to be waiting for. The big breakout would be this monster, the monster falling wedge on the daily. Okay, so that's an internal structure here. It's a nice level to get up and through. If we can approach that level of resistance, it's better. And we have some, you guys know, we have some a little bit of excitement left with a slightly still ascending level of support. Buyers. We need buyers. Buyers getting, as I've been saying, they've been getting chased down the streets with broomsticks from the equities. Just is what it is. Let's see, we're really having to become very reasonably minded in terms of this ascending triangulation. We have, let's look at this real quickly. You'll just see this level of ascending, you guys get this, level of ascending support. It's like, well, we would have liked it to have been a bit more aggressive in this zone. Boom, pushing straight up and through. And I just think equities have caused a little bit of a problem with there, which is we still don't have a swing failure, right? We still haven't achieved a lower low than the preceding low, right? So that's nice. We still meet the technical definition. Now, in terms of that 38.2, we have finally hit 38.2. I wanted to go to those Fibonacci's. We finally hit the 38.2 on the BTC USD pair, right? Way to go. Now, the 50%, 5-0, that 28,137 is the next, like, MacDaddy, I'll say Fibonacci. Let me see what you got, Pathfinder. I know where I want to be a buyer, 86. Boom. Man, be sweet, wouldn't it? It would be nice just to watch it play hugely. Wouldn't it be nice, Pathfinder? You know this. You know this. That 25,063, it's even on a psychological level, isn't it? Isn't that interesting, Pathfinder? That the 86% retracement that we focus on frequently here, that's our level. That's 86. Boom. Think about it. It's at that critical psychological level at 25,000. It's $25,063. Just sweet, huh? That's a nice target. Boom. Just imagine how many orders there are to flat 25,000. How many buyers around the world are like, yeah, I will buy it for 25,000. That's it. Yeah, there's a lot down there. Huh? So you're not alone in that. So digging back into the framework, what are we looking at? We are looking at the second, we're just going to say this, we're looking at the second descending triangulation, period. We do have this level below. Boom. All right, that 28,143. Yeah, money in the bag, in the bank, brother. In terms of that 86, it's been nice. When it hits, it's so nice because it's not really a popularized level. And like, hey, we just hit it. It's just nice, right? It's there. It is there. So the catch here would be not unlike the catch in the preceding zone. We've dug a little bit relatively deeper. The thing that has had me a bit, I won't say concerned, I'll probably be sorry I say that, but not concerned, but just interested is the preceding low here. Because Bitcoin loves, just absolutely loves to pick up at preceding lows. You guys know this. Anyone who trades Bitcoin, if you trade Bitcoin enough, you just know she loves to pick up at the preceding lows. It's just like an automatic thing, right? So she's good at developing flat bottom supports. That's why she deals with descending triangulations relatively well. So I'm going to say this, guys, in terms of the additional price action that we're going to be looking at. First of all, in the back, we will continue to update in the back. I was really excited this morning. Woke up, Jubal had booked a trade. Congrats, Jubal. Way to go, brother. Very nice trade. And Anthony had booked a trade. So it's just been nice. I've booked several trades the last couple of days. Freddie, we're waiting for an update from you. I know you've been busy. It's weekend. It's the weekend time. So this is the crucial feature right here. We went through kind of I'd say a summary, almost a Bitcoin resume, right, in terms of what Bitcoin has done on ascending, in terms of ascending channels, right? We have a move to the downside, a move in this channel framework to the upside. We're trying to recoup back into the framework of this descending triangulation. The weekend, I said earlier to VIP just to expect the jitters. Guys, I am prepared to hit our target. Boom. I'm just going to tell you, we have a target to the upside. Now, I'll say it with the caveat. We are beyond a level of prior support. You guys know this. We're beyond a level of prior support. It's close. It's close from the candle framework. You see this flat bottom support. It just comes in. If you want to make it a flat descending triangulation, we're beyond. If you want to make it an angled and really get precise on the candle wicks, we're just back inside of it, okay? So we're really testing our strategy and our approach, which has worked fantastically, phenomenally well. You guys know that. But in terms of this, I have an upside target, okay? The way that I'm going to personally trade this is that I want to hit my target. That's the bottom line. Now, I also have a downside target. I just say this. I also do have a downside target on a Fibonacci on the 50, right? The 38.2 has engaged. We're up above the 38.2 to the extent that it wants to re-engage here. That wouldn't be out of the realm of possibility either, right? We would say that. I'll bite my tongue because I don't want to just bounce around this. I'd rather go, me personally, to the 50. I would love to, guys. Would love to. Now, in terms of that, what is standing in our way? Let's just discuss this real quickly. As I talk about our upside targets in the back, VIP, you know we have a few. We have a few upside targets. What's standing in our way is the following. Looking again at that 4-hourly chart. And these are a lot of previous targets. They're just all over the map. We'll clean this up at some point when needed. I just wanted to go back through those for the record today. I went back through a lot of those on that specific tape that we cut because that's history, guys. This is good history for us in terms of like training. Literally mean training, like training, like VIP, just like hitting it. Like you learn to trade targets. Cool. How'd that go? It's gone well, right? Oh, there's this one video. Yeah, well, no, I'll search the kingdom. I'll search targets, right? Yeah, just to remind yourself of what it has been like and how you've done and maybe how you'll do in the future. I think you'll do a lot better in the future, right? Just getting used to this stuff. A lot of you guys. So what we're looking at is a hold threshold, the preceding, let's say, level of resistance, the carry down. It's just a natural feature of the market in terms of the expression top line resistance to support on that 4-hourly is clean right now. We're on the line on the 38.2. We've pushed just a touch. That's renewing that we would actually hit that on the line. I like that, right? It's not just a quick flash, dip down on a wick and boom, we're back. Like we didn't even hit it, right? Like the golden pocket was on BTC USD. You understand it's a lot different if we're there on the line. It just is. We're spending more time there, accumulating more orders there. It's more of a real, what we say, like a real hit. This, bam, flash down. That's all we'll have to say about that. But it's more of a real hit when we're actually there. People are calculating. People maybe seeing is bringing potentially more attention to that specific level. So what's standing in the way of us getting down to that 50, the 28,072 is this channel formation, and in addition, the specific preceding low here, because Bitcoin she just loves 2. And on the candle wicks, notice differentiation. Preceding low would be where? Preceding low on the wicks would be down onto the 50. I don't think that's an accident, right? To the extent that BTC wants to pick up a preceding low wick, okay? On the wick, we're going to be looking at the 50. So that's nicely laid out as well. That's a little bit more reassurance on that 50% target. If you guys trade a lot, you understand what I just said, right? That's a little bit more reassurance at that level on the candle wick. We do have to get through this level on the 4-hourly. So I am going to trade towards my target, okay? I will have orders set below on the 50 and the golden pocket. I had golden pocket set last night just to relax and just to do nothing. Oddly enough, Jubal brought up that the Binance futures went all the way down to, what was that, Jubal? Just wild stuff, huh? Just literally went down to like 20,000 or 20,000, guys. Binance futures had flashed down to 20,000. I didn't see it on TradingView, though. I didn't see that happen on TradingView. He said it was erased on TradingView after it happened. So hopefully he's got the goods on that. Let us know if you still have that. I'm interested in that. Still, Jubal. And so in terms of upside targets, we have them. I'll be trading towards my upside targets. Always looking for what, guys? I'm looking for my upside target, and I'm looking for what? We went over this morning. You want your target. Then you want this is the key critical thing, guys. You want your pattern that accommodates your achieving that target. If you have both of those locked in, guys, that's when things become really nice. If you've got a target and you have a pattern that is accommodating your achieving that target, guys, that you can, it's like a double confirmation. Yeah, bravo. Yeah. So we want the target, then we want the pattern to achieve the hit to the target. Always. Now, the way that we target, the way that we come up with our targets, that's saying a lot. A lot of times the pricing becomes, and you guys know this is kind of like another challenge in terms of higher level of probability for you, because price becomes a bit seemingly chaotic, like 2 nights ago. Or was it last night? 2 nights ago, when price literally just dropped down to our target. You know, it's like there wasn't much to be said. There wasn't a big explanation. It's like price just literally dropped down to our target. So it could have been predicted. It could have not been predicted. What we'd say is, boom, we were happy it hit. So did you have this is the crux here, but did you have the pattern, right? Did you have the pattern to accommodate your achieving your target? Yes, you did. Hey, you had the descending triangulation. We hit this in the back. VIP made money on that move. Boom. And that was the stop. That was the stopping point right there. That's a big deal, guys, to get back up into the pattern framework that you were in that facilitated your hit, boom, right to your target. We had that target on the map, guys. Look how long we had that target on the map for a period of over 2 days. So, yeah, we were waiting for that target, right? So, less random feeling, right? Less guesswork. Maybe a little bit more attention having to be paid when you're looking for that target. Right, or when you're looking for the, let's say this, when you're looking for the pattern, rather, when you're looking for the pattern to achieve that target. So this was a perfect example of this framework to instill in VIP. Let's find the target. Let's find and it takes a little more work, but we had it so perfectly here, and people made just great returns on that, guys. There's a great amount of money in VIP. Congratulations to all of you. On those trades. That was nice. So we're looking for patterns, and we're looking for the targets, okay, to accommodate those. Now, you'll start to ask the question, what about a level of support? Well, level of support, you're going to ask the right questions at some point, and we'll get to, you'll get to the framework. Well, buy at support, and you guys already get it, right? It's just an easy deal. Buy at support, sell at resistance, trade your patterns, and hit your targets. Very easily done, right? Like the reset on the day, we actually had a reset that was positive. Hey, for a first time in a while, guys, we had a reset that was positive. 0.45, we'll take it, right? On leverage, that's a nice trade. But looking at this level here, it's like, where were we at? And I was like, are we going to have another red beginning again? But we were sitting right on support. And I'm like, who else thinks this is a good time to get into a Bitcoin trade long, right? And it's just difficult because every day has been a little bit difficult, right, in terms of these restarts. So we did get into the framework of a positive move to the upside. What was the rule, guys? Buy at support, sell at resistance, trade your patterns, and hit your targets. Trade your patterns and hit those targets, guys. So, and I like the framework that's in, because when you say buy at support, sell at resistance, then you say trade your patterns and hit your targets. We're giving the qualification in the sequence there that the pattern is in line with the target, okay? And not necessarily just the target pattern. I'd say the target of the pattern, right? A measured move, etc., right? A flagpole, what it may be. But a pre-existing target that we have fashioned otherwise that accommodates that specific pattern direction, right? We would say something along those lines. So which really could interrupt the pattern. You guys know that. It's very interesting. This is a feather in the cap for VIP. Not everyone's even going to understand this. Literally, people will not even understand what did happen, right? What went on? Why didn't this complete fully, like, in terms of with the recapitulation or the recoup back into the pattern, right? In terms of the overall move, we could say, well, interrupted now, has it completed, yes or no? What we're concerned with is the following. It's nice I've done that. But why was the stop out here? Why did we stop and reverse back into the body of the triangulation? Why did we do that, right? This was a blind maneuver for most market participants. You guys know that. We had this target for 2 days. Boom, boom, right? Beautifully well done. To the extent that we would still classify this or qualify this as a valid descending triangulation, it's breached back up into the body. We'd have to, I'm willing to explore it. I'm willing to explore it. I'm more concerned about this level of support. Boom. This carry down function on the 4 hourly right now. I'm more immediately concerned with buyers holding this level of support. Okay? I just am. That is the framework that I'm looking at as I explore hitting the upside targets. It's not going to be necessarily easy due to the bear flag issue, but a lot of things can go on here. I just say a lot of things can go on here. If you're looking for a short, if you're a bear by nature, not all VIP are, guys. If you're looking for a short, you may have just walked into a wonderful situation. If you're looking to continue to go down, I'm just going to say this. I want to hit my upside target. That's it. That's me. That's what I want to do is I want to hit my upside target, and I'm going to have orders below at the additional Fibonacci levels, okay? That's the way I'm going to trade it. If we go up and hit that upside target, I do not want to be left out of that, of the honor of hitting our target. That esteems our group. That's a good thing, guys. I want to be a part of it if and when we can hit it. So what I'll tell you is never overexpose any specific trade. You guys know that. Always deploy your stop losses too, right? You lost the trade. Well, you had a stop loss. That's fine. No big deal, right? This, we talked about the level of resistance. Not a huge move indicated were we to be able, and I hope that BTC proves me wrong there. I'll say that 500 times to see if she can prove me wrong, right? In terms of this internal wedge formation, just rip it through the skylights. That's fine. That's just great. Just go ahead and do that and prove me wrong. I will be wrong. I'll down talk every move if she will outproduce it. I promise. It's just we have the ascending triangulation herein still preserved. This is the crux of what I'm looking at, right? And to the extent that that is an accompanying feature there that, again, is in code red. We're in code red right now in terms of the feature. This move to the upside, this would be the Mac Daddy. Boom. That would be really nice. From the current price, we'd stack on 12 G's and 40%. Yeah, that'd be nice. All right. So, yeah, that'd be all right. We're in some difficult equity waters right now. You guys know that. In terms of the equities, like, well, Bitcoin's up 40%. There you go. Just get Wall Street. They'd be like, I got to go home and trade Bitcoin. All the brokers, everybody else, maybe I got to go home and trade Bitcoin. Yeah, they're all calling in sick. No, they're not depressed. They're not suicidal. They're just home trading Bitcoin. It's possible. So I thought about this as well, guys. As that looks like a weak bull flag. I like to hear that. Good job, brother. And it almost looks like I like to see this. That's close here. That 30-minute time frame. Remember your friend or your foe. 30-minute time frame. Glad that we stopped in to say hello to the 30-minute time frame real quickly. Take a look at the 30-minute, and absolutely, let's look at this in terms of the rising wedge. Yes, right, but it looks like she could try and get up and out a bit. We don't have the, and this is going to be interesting on that 30-minute. I do tell people it's either your friend or your foe. And in terms of the potential move here, it would be interesting for Bitcoin to do something a little bit creative. We'd like to see something go on to the tune of us hitting our targets. I just can't believe we're not going to hit our target. That's the bottom line. I'm going to go ahead and say it. Even with the potential for the hammer to drop down into the additional amplitude of the, I just got to say it, amplitude of the descending triangulation, right? A lot of whipsaws in here. Be careful if you're entering into a position with a support level carry down feature from the 4 hourly. You guys know this. I just can't believe we're not going to hit our upside targets. I can't, guys. I really, at this point, I'm gone. I'm laser eyed. I'm looking at our targets. I'm prepared to operate at the 50, at the 61.8, at the 65th. I want to hit my target. That's just what I want to do. I want to buy at support, sell at resistance, trade our patterns, and hit our targets. I don't want to be overexposed. You guys know that. We never are. Right? We're VIP. So I'm glad we got together tonight. It's a good evening. It is Friday. Big sigh of relief. Congratulations, guys. You made it. You made it. And let's just see Bitcoin make it back to our targets. Let's see what's up. I'm going to go ahead and just say it. And at this point, if she doesn't get back to our targets, how many targets will that be that she hasn't gotten back to in the last 30 days? Like 1 or 2? Like 1? Literally, this will be the first set. So let's roll. Let's get to a target. 30 days, we'll take it. We want, boom, we want that move. Prefer not to be surprised at the downside and then back up. Although we'd also take some additional volatility. I think I know the VIP waiting at the 50% retracement, absolutely. And waiting at that golden pocket. I know Pathfinder is waiting at that classic 86. So, guys, I'm so excited about 2022. One more shout out to Jabal, brother. I hope that you're getting your security feature fixed up on your phone and your computer. I let all VIP know that you're going to work on that and fix that back up. So, and yeah, just appreciate Venus. Thank you. Appreciate Pathfinder. Appreciate everybody in the chat. It's been fun. Freddie, you guys have a great night. Let's have a rock and roll good weekend trading, right? Buy at support, sell at resistance, trade your patterns, and hit your targets, right? This is kind of turning into a bit of a, hold on one second. Looks like we have a little bit of a, boom. Yeah, we do, don't we, guys? On the 4 hourly. Interesting. We do have a falling wedge before we leave. Just notice this, kind of in the crosshairs of the diagnostics here. Just looking over at the chats, etc. This kind of struck me here. I think it's worth noting, and it's nice, isn't it? What's nice about this descending wedge is the following. Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you for the stream, Pathfinder. In terms of the level of support, very nicely done. We'll discuss this, guys. We deal with wedges a lot, right? There's a reason we deal with wedges a lot. Okay, in terms of, we'll get into the dynamics of them at some point. Okay, further beyond what we already have. However, you'll note with wedge pricing, right, with the pricing dynamic that has come into consideration right now with a level of, and it's very close here right now. We would look at this level of support buyers along with the level of resistance sellers coming into the framework where they're just very closely situated down and through this on first, just quick draw through here, closely situated with that 50% target, right? You'll see, and as you go through the time frames, you'll be able to match these up perfectly and say, in this time frame, it is the 50% perfectly. The general indication is there. The agreement between the buyers and the sellers, kind of this battle that's going on between the buyers and the sellers, meeting a demand function that may be at that 50. Other, and I'll just state this, other price considerations, other price line considerations and timeframes may actually have it directly at the specific prior low, right? So you'll see the targeting take place irrespective of whether or not you're actually participating in it, okay? And draw this out on your desktop. Get very precise. Look at the preceding low. Look at the 50. Which ones are matching up where? But you'll see the framework, and this is not the first time that we have experienced this, certainly not, and you'll see quite frequently, you'll see, for instance, a rising wedge into a level of resistance, right? For a breakout. We typically don't like that. But you'll see that the targeting is going on whether or not you're participating in it. So to the extent that we can reframe that and continue to add benefit and advantage to the VIP in 2022, we will do that. Just pay attention to this specific falling wedge in this zone. And yeah, definitely candle wicks as well. Looking back through kind of what is its exact, and I was maybe a little bit broad, maybe not, depending upon which wick formation we get into or not, or line. But I'm intrigued every time I see a targeting. If it's the preceding low here, right, or if it's into that 50 here, if on the, this would be interesting as well, if instead of on the candle wicks, we were actually on the lines with a 50, right? I'll start to do some diagnostics like that. I'll start to get into, a situation like this and say, okay, well, it wasn't on the specific candle wicks. However, now we're looking at a targeting feature. Were we on the lines the entirety of the time on the hourly, which that's not uncommon for us. Now we're into the golden pocket. Boom. Right? Which would be the preceding low here. So we'll get into some different, I try not to include too many variables. I try and limit them to the greatest extent possible. And while I try and do that, I may complicate things going to the lines from the candle wicks, but it's worth talking about. And to the extent that we can clarify things in the back, we'll do that. And I'm going to play with this wedge for a while before we get to the back, and I'll include that on some of the info that we got going in the back to the VIP. We'll see where that's headed. I may look at an alternative level of Fibonacci. So this is London with Bitcoin spike. Way to go. And interesting that on the lines on BTC USD, this would be back down into the golden pocket. Nice that we hit it once and had this degree of a price action, and that would be a re-hit into that golden pocket. Very interesting. Notice again the differentiation between the line and the candle wick. Candle wick is down to that 50 on the wicks, measured on the wicks with the targets of the wicks. So we have quite a bit in front of us. It's not easy, or else everybody would be doing it, guys. Nothing worthwhile is easy. So we're going to keep